Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about what I think is one of the best bombers inside of War Thunder, the IL-28. Now, I have quite a few reasons on why I think the IL-28 is so good. So, let's go over them, shall we? Now, one of the reasons why I think the IL-28 is one of the best bombers at this era in War Thunder is because of the presets, as you can see here. You can carry 500-pound bombs, which take out one base. You get frontal-facing 20 freeze, as you can see right here. And you get rear 20 freeze right here. As well as you get a powerful engine that allows you to get up to 900 kilometers per hour. And if you start in the match, you can dive down and be able to go at least fully upgraded about roughly like 930, I think, kilometers an hour. But unupgraded, you can go about 917 kilometers an hour. Now, the IL-28 has quite a few presets that you can choose from. There's different bombs, as you can see right here, and many other things. So when I play the IL-28, I use 500 kilogram bombs, and they reduce my speed by 1.7 kilometers. Now, let's go on to a different IL-28. Now, the IL-28 that I think is the best is the IL-28 shush. Because not only can you tell people to shush when you have to talk about it, it also gets access to some amazing presets. Now, on the IL-28 shush, you get access to, well, many things. Not only, it also has a better research than the regular IL-28 here. What sets the shush apart from the IL-28 here is the fact that it gets better presets, obviously. And you retain the same amount of speed while being able to do more things. With the IL-28 shush, you can take out to free bases if you're really that greedy. But at max, it's about 2. Now, the presets I like to use on the IL-28 shush is the additional wing-mounted guns and napalm bombs. The ZB500. What you could do if you wanted free bases, you can take the 500-pound bombs, which at least last I checked, they can take out a base, and you can take the 4 wing-mounted ZB500s. The only downside is that you, well, have no speed. Now you get access to 192 S5K rockets and 6 S24s, but you can do many things with wing-mounted guns. I use them to do head-to-head dogfighting. This can be proven very exceptional, as you have 6 cannons that face frontally, as each gun pod has 2 barrels in them, and fire extremely fast, compared to the front nose guns. You'll end up running over the wing guns faster than the nose. Now, in this video, I'll demonstrate how you can do that. So in this match here I'm playing, I am trying to take out some fighter aircraft after I've bombed the base, and this guy here has decided he wants to do a head-to-head. Let's see how well he fares. Not very well. Now, if you have an ace IL-28, which I don't for the shush yet, you'd be able to put out that engine fire, but the engine fire doesn't take you down. What does end up killing me is the Seahawk behind me that has a missile. Now, going back to the IL-28, you get these rear-mounted guns, which I'll demonstrate here in this video. Now, in this match, I have an enemy bogey on my 6, so I couldn't switch to the rear-mounted gunner and shoot him. Now, back in the day, I used to be better at aiming. Also, I did not have a 100% camera shake, so I could actually see where I'm shooting. But I've gotten a little rusty over the years. So not as good as IL-28 I used to play for Germany. So not only does the IL-28 shush get access to amazing presets, it has better research and stuff. And here, I'll show you the amount of kills I had in my German IL-28 from just the rear tail gunner, which is 30 free. And there's probably roughly 10 head-to-head kills or dogfights. So with the shush, you take up what's already a pretty deadly IL-28 if you're good enough. Then you add the tail gunner and the 6 frontally mounted guns you can have, and it makes for a pretty deadly combo. Now, I've only had the IL-28 for a few days now, but I've been able to research out most of the Russian tech tree, and now I could start my way to an Su-25. Now, using a custom battle, or not custom, my bad. Now, using a test drive, I will demonstrate how to show you what I typically do in a match. So first, you'd spawn in the bomber spawn. You gotta make sure that you don't get the bad weather warning, otherwise that will screw the whole gameplay over. But if you're using the shush, you can just dogfight instead, which is typically, if I forget to switch, is what I'll do in a match with Knight. Now, you dive in on the base, you can get up to your speed, 900 kilometers. Now with the ZBs, you can throw them really far surprisingly, for a napalm bomb. You can drop them and then be able to bogey out. Typically, you'd want it to keybind where both bombs drop at the same time. But Gaijin decided I wanted to undo that. After you drop your bombs, you can either dogfight, or what I'll show in the custom here is that your test drive, you can turn around and then strafe ground targets like this, which can help you get more score, and then you can turn to base if you're not much of a dogfighter. Now, if you're going to do this, I'd probably recommend just bringing another additional ZB-500 rather than taking wing-mounted guns, as I use those more for dogfighting. And the regular nose guns, they fire slow enough that you can take out multiple targets without burning a whole bunch of ammo. But either way, it's very effective. Now, let's say you were to miss said target, and then you couldn't hit it. You can switch to your gunner's view, like I do right here, and you could shoot at it. Now, I missed, and ignore that, but normally, back when I played the German IL-28, I could hit targets like that, but not anymore. So earlier, I already mentioned the potential you can have with the IL-28 shush, but any IL-28 can carry up to 3,000 kilograms, I'm pretty sure. So that allows you to bring a payload that has 4 ZB-500s and 4 500-pound bombs, which can take out roughly 3 bases, which other IL-28s cannot do said thing. Also, modification research is way cheaper, as you have a lot more modifications that you need to research. Where on other IL-28s, there's a lot less modifications, so it's a lot more expensive. You also make less research with them. When you have a fully aced IL-28, you can go faster. Now, when I was playing Germany, I used IL-28 to research all of rank 4, all of rank 5, and get me to the Alpha Jet and Hunter that I like to play now. The IL-28 is now helping me being able to get to the Su-25 and research out the rest of rank 5. But I'll be using the Su-25 for that. What makes the IL-28 better than other bombers is its speed, purely because you can go faster than any other bomber can and reach bases before fighters even get there most of the time. The IL-28 is in many different tech trees, like the Hungarian IL-28 here, and has everything the regular IL-28 has. The only IL-28 in the game that has multiple presets is the IL-28 Shish in the USSR tech tree, which is why I think that the IL-28 Shish is one of the best bombers there is for the IL-28s in total. I hope you enjoyed this video on explaining why I think the IL-28 is the best. In the next video, I will give bombing tips and tricks on how to be the best IL-28 bomber. This could work for other bombers, but this is more so for the IL-28. I'd like to thank my crew, Weekly, Night, and Mass, and my supporters for encouraging me. And the Discord server is open to anyone. It isn't really fully finished because I just purely don't have the time for it. But it's slowly making progress, so you can join that in my link in the YouTube. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.